wanting country living in and around Lubbock, Texas. Well, today I'm on my way to a gym that I like to call New Home, or a gym, New Home. And so we're on the way from 114 and Slide. And right here on my right, actually wanted to drive by, is a grocery store. And the reason why I wanted to point out the United grocery store at 114 and Slide as we're on our way to New Home is because in this little town of New Home, there is actually not a grocery store. But it is such an up and coming neighborhood that people are literally flocking to. I mean, it is just such a up and coming neighborhood that people love because it's not far from Lubbock. It's about 10 minutes from Lubbock, straight down Slide. And it's kind of out in the country. It's kind of out in the country. You have the feel of country living, but also not too far from all the amenities that Lubbock has to offer, including this grocery store at Market Street at 114 and Slide. And so the reason why people are liking New Home is not only, if you haven't watched any of my other videos, I always talk about that Lubbock is growing south and southwest. And so everything South Lubbock is running out of space. And so you're running into New Home. And that's the reason why people love it, is because you can have acreages. You can live on land. And a lot of people move to Lubbock wanting land. They want room to breathe. They always hear, hey, I heard that you have land and cheap land, quote unquote. However, that cheap land is quickly going up, especially in the New Home area. And we're going to go around into a couple of different subdivisions in the New Home area just so that you can kind of take a look at what these homes have to offer. Their new construction homes is really what people are really loving right now. There are homes, of course, that are pre-existing homes that are going to be, your big ranch style homes are going to be just large castles sometimes, or big ranch style homes on 10 plus acres, 15 acres sometimes. But really the developments that we're going to go to right now is going to be that are going to be new construction neighborhoods. So as you can see, we are driving down Slide into New Home, and there is just so much going on. We have Western Bank is a local bank that just built one of their locations here. We have Community National Bank that just built one of their banks here. And then a little bit further down where we just passed to, there's going to be a brand new, huge shopping center. Right now, all I know that's coming in is Crumble Cookies. There might be obviously there's going to be some other retail spaces that are going to be coming into that area. But Slide is growing. I mean, it is almost becoming kind of like a Milwaukee, which is what I've always talked about. There's tons of shopping centers and everything, and eating restaurants and commercialized very off Milwaukee, but in Slide is becoming very similar to that. And so, however, the more we go towards New Home, the more south we go, the more ranch land and the more open it's going to feel. New Home ISD, I wanted to talk real quick about the school population and some stats about the schooling system there. And the reason why people are moving to the school district is because they love the fact that it is such a small student-to-teacher ratio. They want to be in New Home ISD. However, and I'll talk about that more in a second, but right now we just passed Woodrow and Slide, and Woodrow is kind of the distinction between the country living outside of Lubbock. It's still technically in Lubbock, but you're going to have more where that South Fork neighborhood that I've previously talked about is. That's going to be up here on my left right now. And those are going to be more of your acre lots. Those are going to be your homes that are going to be spread out a lot. So majority of the homes past Woodrow are going to be on some type of land. Of course, you'll have some that aren't, but really they're going to be very spread out. You're going to have a lot more room to breathe, everything that's south of Woodrow. You're going to have a lot of farmland as well too. And my husband is a farmer in the summertime, and that's kind of where he's at in the summer, is south of Woodrow, which is going to be like off of 41. And so you can just see, I don't know if you can even see behind me though, there's these amazing new construction homes that people are building out here because it's not too far out of the city. Technically you're still in the city as of right now, but you're also not too far from amenities, but you feel like you're living and watch the sunsets. There's this neighborhood called Davis Park that's on my right-hand side, so that's also a newer neighborhood inside of Lubbock, Texas right now, and it is also going to be half-acre to 1 acre lots, and it'll be a few different builders here in the Lubbock area. Now, some of the homes and some of the neighborhoods that we're going to go look at in New Home, they're not going to be like your spec homes. You know, these builders aren't building these spec homes where you're going to see $200,000 to $300,000 homes, and you know, you can kind of pick what floor plan you want. These are going to be, you can purchase a lot, which a lot of people are doing right now. You can purchase a lot, and then you meet with your builder and you really construct the home that you want to do. So if you're looking for more of a custom built home, or you want to have a semi-custom built home, new home on some land, new home is going to be the town for you, because you are going to have more of that custom feel. Where however in Lubbock, a lot of the builders are kind of shying away from more customs in Lubbock, or they're building a lot of spec homes because they're easier to sell, and more people, we have more of a population in Lubbock that are looking for 200,000 to 300,000. However, not in new home, that's where you're going to be looking upwards of 400,000 to $1 million. There is one house in new home that's listed like at 3.4 million, which is a pretty amazing house. But yeah, so a lot of your homes in new home are going to be around the 400 to 600, 700 price range, really depending on how big you want your home to be. So we are about to be in new home here in about 5 minutes, and then from there we will talk a little bit more about the schooling, the school districts, and why people love the school districts. And then also too, like I said, we will get into some of these neighborhoods and show you what the inside of some of these homes look like. Okay, so we just pulled in to the Palms neighborhood. It literally took us less than 10 minutes from 114 and Slide. So that kind of gives you an idea of how close this neighborhood really is to Lubbock. And the reason why I wanted to pinpoint this neighborhood is because a lot of people love the Palms, not only because of how close it is to Lubbock. I think that that's a really huge selling point, is you're not far from Lubbock at all. But also too, you are in this beautiful brand new construction neighborhood. You know, some of these homes, majority of these homes were built, around 2020, 2021. You're going to all have acre plus lots. Almost all of them will have shops, barndominiums, type deal shops. However, also too, you can buy acreages here. You buy lots of plots. And so land lots around $50,000 to $100,000 is going to be kind of what you're looking to spend on some of these lots out here. And again, you're depending on how much acreage you want. However, there is very limited lots out here in the Palms, because this is one of the most flocked to neighborhoods in new home. Again, just so there's not a ton of lots available anymore. But we're going to take you into one of these houses that's going to be finished here in January, give you some stats on this house that'll be finished, and then also to drive you around the Palms, show you some of these gorgeous houses, and show you just kind of what the outside looks like. Like I said, this is not your typical builder home where they're all going to look the same. They're not building spec homes out here. Majority of these homes are going to be your custom built homes that people have dedicated with builders, and just kind of wanted to put their own spin on it. So right now we are in front of one of the newer construction homes that is in the Palms. It is situated right now towards the end of a cul-de-sac, and this house will be estimated completion in April. It's listed right now for $619,000. It is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath with an isolated master suite. It also will include an ensuite or mother-in-law suite. And so if you are looking for that extra added bonus area that will have its own included bathroom and bedroom, then this house will have that. And then if you are looking for Jack and Jill, the other 2 bedrooms will be a Jack and Jill bedroom at the front of the house here. And like I mentioned, this house will sit on 1 acre of land. you can kind of get an idea. A lot of the new construction homes in this neighborhood are going to be around the 619 or 600,000 mark. Like I said, this is so windy today. 620,000. This house is behind me, built by one of the great builders here in Lubbock, Texas, and he is building a lot of the homes in this kind of section of the Palms. And so, if you want more details on this house, of course we can send those over to you. But just kind of wanted to show you what a newer construction home is going for, what you can kind of expect in a newer construction home. And then also too, wanted to show you some of the homes in this neighborhood. I forgot to mention, this home is going to be a little over 3,000 square feet at a little under $200 a square foot. So also this house does not include a shop. So if you wanted to add a shop, that would be additional. If you wanted to contact a builder, they could certainly help you with that. However, it will not include a shop. I wanted to show you kind of like behind me, a lot of the homes here, like this one right here, will have the big overhung garage with the personnel doors and then the little overhang into the backyard. A lot of them will have like a pool in the backyard because you have this large lot. So if you wanted to add a pool too, we can always discuss adding a pool to some of these new construction homes. But again, they will not come with any added unless you wanted that, but they do come with a 3-car garage. So you have two oversized garages and then one smaller garage right next to it. So if you're looking for a 3-car garage, that is a bonus that this house will have. Okay, so we just left the Palms and we are about 5 minutes down the road and we are in the downtown area of New Home. And to my left, this is the New Home School District. And so there's only one school district here, it's New Home. And the reason why this is the elementary side, and the reason why people are flocking here is solely also due to the student-teacher ratio. A lot of people really love that it's a 12-to-1 student-teacher ratio. And then also too, from pre-K to 12th grade, there is less than 600 students as of right now in the New Home ISD. The spot, let's see if you can, this spot is a local restaurant. Spot is a local restaurant. There are about 2 restaurants here in New Home. The Spot and the, what's the other one called? Anyway, so those are really going to be your 2 major restaurants. And like I said, there's not really a grocery store here. This is going to be the downtown area and a little bit more south of here. It's really going to be where the original New Home is. That's where you're going to see a lot of the pre-existing homes, that were built, 2000s, maybe earlier, 70s, 80s, 90s, even before then. Those are going to just kind of be just the original homes of New Home, and then around it is where all of the newer construction and newer homes are being built. So as you can see, this is right behind the school. We have a cotton field right there, and then as we enter, we are making our way to the neighborhood Cotton Creek. And so Cotton Creek is also a newer neighborhood that's just south of downtown, and it has a lot more available lots for sale. It has, acres, 2 acres, 3 acre lots for sale, kind of under that $100,000 price point. So we are going to take you into Cotton Creek. Right now in Cotton Creek, there's about 7 lots available. Right now, they're about 80,000-ish for a couple of acres and an acre. And so also too, homes are going to be ranging. There's a couple of newer construction homes that are around $375,000, $380,000 price point, up to around $500,000. So you can find homes that are not going to be, above $1 million or in that $600,000 mark. So if you're looking at homes, they're going to be a little bit lower than that, and you want to stay under the $400,000 mark, you could potentially build a home out here, especially if you get a lot, for under $400,000. So there's not like there's not builder restrictions, or there's not HOA restrictions where you have to build a $600,000 house. And I know that's a question I get a lot is, well, does it have to have a minimum square foot? And as long as it's not, 1,200 square feet, typically they like to see around, 2,000 to 2,300 square feet. Right now, you can build out here for less than $600,000. So we are going to take you into a home that is currently under contract. That way you can kind of see it, see some of the builder quality, see some of and see what the inside of this house looks like. So we are inside one of the homes here in Cotton Creek. Now this home is actually listed, or is under contract right now at $500. It was listed for $560,000. It is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home, 2-car garage with an oversized garage. Sits on a little bit over an acre. And so I just kind of wanted to show you the inside of this home. It is probably it was one of the only homes on the market here in Cotton Creek. So a lot of these homes don't become available very often because a lot of people love living out here. You can kind of see why. So I'll flip the camera around. This is the view from the kitchen island. And then this is the view to the outside. You can see your neighbors have horses. So if horses is something that you would like to get in the future that you could have your horses here. And then also too, I'll flip it around. And this is your beautiful island. So we do also have 2 built-in refrigerator freezers. And then we also have, your built-in microwave and oven with your floating shelves. I love the detail on the backsplash that they did, little 1-inch tiles in the range hood. I think that's a very unique range hood, and it also has gas stove. So out here, you will be on you will be on a well and septic system. And so this is the view from your sink. Now that lot, somebody could potentially build right there, but it is a pretty view for now. And then you come across here into the living room area, and then you will have you'll have 3 bedrooms over here that features a Jack and Jill and also a guest bath. This is the front door area. So you have a little front door area, and you walk in to the open concept, so you don't have to worry about this very open concept. Hey, Kara. And then I will take you from the kitchen all the way to the master. I wanted to showcase the master. The master is right off of the garage. So that's the garage with the mudroom area. And this is the master that features very just light and bright and airy in here. Again, next to your neighbors that have the horses. The builder will also add a fence if you wanted to enclose your entire fence in here as well too. So then you walk into here, excuse the loud exhaust fan. I love the details that they did. They didn't do one big uni mirror. They did 3 separate vanity mirrors with the vanity lights overhead with the black accents, which I think is just really nice and very in right now. But I wanted to showcase one of the homes here, and that way you can kind of see what $600,000 looks like in Cotton Creek, or a little under that, $560,000. So we are going to take you into one other neighborhood here in New Homes. That way you can get an idea of another neighborhood here. So we'll see you there. So the last neighborhood I wanted to talk about actually is just a vacant lot right now. For vacant lot, you can see there's going to be 8 total lots here in Legacy Farm. and it ranges between about $80,000 to $100,000, and you can kind of see, depending on the acreages, this one's 2.75 up to 3.12 acres. So if you're looking at a little bit more, you're going to be around that $100,000 price point. If you're looking at a little bit less, obviously you're going to be at that $80,000 price point. You can kind of see, I mean, there's one house being built. There's been 4 sold as of right now, and there's one house being built right now, but it will eventually have 8 different homes on it, and it is right across the street from where we just were over in Cotton Creek. So there are some options. Like I said, a lot of people have been talking to me about building or wanting to build in the new home area, and there are plenty of options. There's also options of existing homes as well too. Just really depends on what you want, how much acreage you want, and what you want to spend on the land, and how long you want to hold it, kind of what your plans are. You know, there's all different types of restrictions. So depending on what you want, we can always find you something. So if you have any questions about any of the homes that we talked about, or any questions about new home in general, I think new homes, it really isn't talked about a ton right now, and it is booming. It is becoming so big. That's where Lubbock is growing, just because Lubbock can't obviously sustain as much growth as it is. Eventually it's coming south, you know. And so if you have any questions about new home, or would like to look at any of the homes in new home, we'd love to help you with that. And as always, be sure to like and subscribe so that way you can be the first to know about all things living in Lubbock, Texas. And until next time, we'll see you around.